Paging Dr. Rolf, you're needed this week. We're giving you the lowdown on your favorite soap opera Days of Our Lives on AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days starting now.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, the buzz.
Hello, all you Days of Our Lives fans. Happy Sunday. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days, where we give you a full dish of this week's episodes of NBC's Emmy Award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I'm joined by all of my usual gaggle of gals. Back with a tan.
Oh, do I have a tan?
No.
Sure. See, I was going to go with it. Tammy just was, no.
I think you have some color.
Like when I came back on Wednesday and went back to work, everyone mentioned how tan I was. And I was like, I still look white as a ghost to myself when I looked in the mirror this morning. But I was like, thank you so much.
You see yourself
tan.
every day.
He has a little color.
Because I was applying I was in Florida and the sun's a little intense down there, and I was applying the SPF 70 multiple times a day. Because
oh my goodness, 70. That's high.
I mean,
I think after 45, it's all the same stuff.
I don't know. I don't like to risk it. And once you've had like a nasty sunburn, that does it. But
I know.
Anyway,
Never
Michael
happened.
Mattis, I'm back.
And of course.
Hi guys, Chelsea Overrocker.
And we have.
Tammy Gavea. Yay.
And of course me, your host, Tony Moore. And if you guys are watching live, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, go over to all of our social media platforms and like us and follow us. We are Dishin Days on Facebook and Instagram. It'll fuck around. And we are _Dishin Days on the Twitter. The @ is still implied 4 years later. And if you are listening to us on iTunes, take a moment while you're doing errands in the grocery store, pumping that gas, or walking the treadmill, and give us 5 stars and a comment, and let us know that you like it and love it and want more of it. Mm-hmm. Speaking of wanting more of it, if you want more of these recaps of your favorite soap operas, tune in to Restless Rap, which is right after us, and also the GH Report, which is right after that. And that's it.
Good job, Tony.
Yeah.
That's all the church announcements. I sometimes wish there was a camera going on in my mind to see like what I'm thinking. It'd be like the Julia Roberts meme where she's like, and there's all the things,
the equations and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Before we get into this week, I want to give a big shout out to Freddie and Alyssa. They had me on their podcast, the Freddie and Alyssa show this week, which was great. It was, Freddie, if you guys follow Freddie on his Instagram, he like built a studio in his apartment.
Wow.
Looks really good. And we just talked like gaggle of gals. Featuring Freddie and Alyssa.
That's awesome.
And their dog.
Was it like The Delicious Dish on National Public Radio?
Yes. It was great. So my episode drops tomorrow. So
Awesome.
We'll put links up and stuff. So make sure you check it out. And thank you, Freddie and Alyssa, for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
Cool.
What did you guys think about this week?
So emotional.
Yeah.
I started crying.
Emotional, baby.
Yeah.
Every time
Oh, take it away, Michael.
Look what Florida did for you.
I know.
Da-na-na.
Very relaxed. It won't last long, don't worry.
Next week he'll be back to.
No.
Oh, I have a story for you, by the way. Go ahead.
I was like, am I going to tell you how the week went? But yeah. Okay.
I feel like Chelsea just caught on to Shady Sunday.
Yeah, very emotional, sad. Julie, Doug, Gabby, Stefan, my heart goes out to you. That's not a song, but it could be.
Make it happen.
Yeah, you will.
I thought it was a pretty solid week.
Yeah.
Got better as the week went on.
Liked it. No, that was a great week. That moment of Stefan being shot completely grossed me out.
Oh yeah,
that was nasty.
Yeah.
That was like.
I was like,
yuck.
oh.
I had to turn my head away because I was like so gross.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I thought it was a great week. I thought there were some interesting choices being made this week.
Okay. I see.
Overall, I thought
Same.
I thought it was right. I thought it was good. Side note, your story really quick.
Okay.
So, but before we started airing, we mentioned the breakfast that Freddie and Alyssa's event, and Eric Martzov told me that he watches the show. Shout out to Eric if you're watching today.
Uh-oh.
And he said Michael always does this Brady voice like, "Hey Brady." So I just wanted to let you know that that Eric Martzov is aware of the Brady voice.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to call it the Brady voice because honestly, that's the voice I use for my husband. That's the voice I use for whenever I'm like saying like, "Oh, he said that." Oh, I use that for everybody. I don't. Please don't take offense.
Well, just note that is now being
probably read
the Brady voice.
The Brady voice. Okay,
yeah.
On this show it'll be the Brady voice. But yeah.
All right. Well. Oh, look at this. Okay, got it. All right. Let's get into it.
Let's
It's
do
now
it.
time to start Dishin Days.
Michael.
I'm so sorry.
What?
I'm you got my head with the Brady voice thing. Now I'm like, anytime I see Eric Martzov, I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry.
No, you should just go up to him and go, "Hey,
Eric,
how are you?
I think I've used that.
Me, Michael Madden."
But no, I feel like I've used that voice for Eric too.
You do.
Right?
You sound like
It's
Eeyore.
situational.
Yeah.
I don't
Anyway,
know. Yeah,
I'll get out of my head.
I love it. Thanks, funny.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. You never know who's watching.
I know, right?
It's nice to know someone's watching.
Yeah.
I know, right? Except us. All right, so let's start with the Gabby, Stefan, Vivian, Kate, all those people storyline. Okay, my first thought was, Vivian, you have literally come to town, shook it up like a snow globe, and try to run away from every situation. It's like all this mess is your fault.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
everything with Kate, your fault.
The reason your son's dead
Your
or
fault.
going to be?
Okay.
Yes.
And do we want to start talking about that, or do we want to go through what happened before?
We can start wherever.
Okay. So we'll start with the shooting. Whose fault is it? Is it Lonnie's? No, absolutely not.
No,
It's a mixture
so bad for her.
of Stefan and it's
Vivian.
Vivian.
It's Vivian's fault.
Yeah,
It's Vivian's fault.
Vivian's fault because she set up this chain of events.
Yes.
But
and her default is shoot you, boom.
yeah, like she ran around with Priscilla or whatever the hell her gun's name is, or Lupita, or I don't remember the name.
Lupita.
But that's my
Gertrude?
boss's dog's name. That's why that name was in my head. But yeah, it's her. She set up this entire chain of events, and she's the one to blame.
She
Agreed.
is. Well, because of this. Her chain of events started, she shot Kate, right? And then Kate let everyone know that she remembered that Vivian shot her.
And I'm so glad she didn't go through the amnesia thing.
Yeah,
I'm
both
so
of us.
glad she
Yeah.
remembered it right. It was
We don't-
thank you.
Because we anyone else.
Because we
No.
found out that she snapped out of it because did we know that
Rolf,
before,
yeah.
Rolf, or did we
Yeah.
find out this week?
We never saw him inject her with something, but he went into, because he was gone last week.
Yeah.
So he went into her room and found her in this state
Oh, okay.
and had a monologue. Oh, Stefano, he always loves you. And then he opened up his bag and we
Got
knew
it.
he was going to go, you're alive.
But
So-
yeah, okay, so yeah, glad she didn't go through the typical.
It was,
Yeah.
it was just a flashback of Ralph putting in the serum in her
IV.
IV.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah, because he was
He didn't
explaining
stab
it
her. It was the
to,
IV.
yeah, he was explaining it to somebody.
She was explaining it to Kristen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So with that, Rafe went to the DiMeras mansion to look for Vivian.
Rafe looks really good.
He did look good with that T-shirt.
I know, I
And
said
the
it last
jacket?
week. And it looks really good.
I think she's developing a crush.
Developing?
It's just
Calm down.
a little
Simmer down
crush.
now.
So then Gabby wasted no time saying, she's upstairs. And Stefan's like,
I thought you were on my side.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
I thought you were on my
can
side,
wait.
but
Yeah.
she explained.
Yeah.
She Vivian was lurking in the background in the library
Yes.
area. She wasn't upstairs. So.
right. So then she escapes through the tunnels.
Oh yeah, but when Gabby opens up the door, she literally kicks her into the tunnel. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my, that was a laugh my
She was-
patootie off moment.
Because she doesn't like Vivian, but she's doing this for Stefan because she's so in love with him, and she's just like, to Gabby, Vivian is an annoyance.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
girl, go bye. But I'm claustrophobic. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
like
go.
the worst mother-in-law ever.
But I love how they keep shoving people into the tunnel, and then Rafe goes, I'm gonna take a look around.
I know.
I'll start in the tunnel. Click, click. It's like it's not a secret anymore if everyone knows to go to look for people in the tunnel.
Right.
So then she runs into Dr. Rolfe, and then after their brief exchange, she then heads over to Kristen and says, "You're gonna hide me." And then here she is whipping out the gun again. And then when that plan doesn't work because Brady came and interrupted that, and there's that whole exchange, then she ends up gliding by in Horton Town Square and like
with her cape,
with her
Robin Hood.
Yeah, and Marlena's like, Vivian, and she's just like,
keeps walking away.
She's
you know,
keeps floating
She
away.
was floating. She looked
yeah,
like
I told you she looked like she was floating.
Gliding, yeah.
Yeah, and then Marlena called 911 off camera, but ran into Lonnie. To which then Lonnie found her, and instead of Vivian just putting down her weapon, she goes, yeah, I'm not scared of you or your big gun. I've been shot before and have come back to life. And then there goes the gun, and then here comes Stefan out of nowhere,
like Superman, just flying through the air
and gets shot in the neck.
Out of all places.
Yeah.
Right. I thought it was gonna be a shoulder or like a nick or something like that.
Yeah, there's no coming back from. There's no Rolfe intervention here.
Carotid artery or whatever they said.
Yeah.
So all that to say, if Vivian had just put down her gun initially, like everyone would have walked away unscathed. But she was just like, I'm not afraid of you. I'm gonna shoot you. And then that prompted Lonnie to shoot her or attempt to shoot her, but Stefan got in the way. So Lonnie shouldn't feel bad because in that moment,
well, it was like JJ, and that got brought up. The situation with JJ, like it was an accident.
It got brought up really quickly.
Yeah.
Like Gabby had that in the forefront of her mind and immediately threw that at her. And
I had forgotten when Gabby and Lonnie first see each other, and Lonnie's got all the blood on her, and Gabby realizes that Lonnie's the one that shot Stefan. I had forgotten what a contentious relationship they already have. And then it's like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Because it was just a few weeks ago, Lonnie was all up in Gabby's face about leaving Julie.
Exactly.
And all
even
that.
before that, like, they had the
history.
Yeah. Tumultuous history.
With Eli and
And now Gabby is like,
nemesis forever.
She's like, listen, I don't have time for this right now, but please believe I'm gonna get you.
I'll deal with you later.
I will not forget.
I gotta deal with my husband.
But unfortunately, it had to turn to these situations for Vivian. She's not going to learn her lesson, but it had to come to this. And her consequence was her son. That's the only person she cares about.
But I feel like Vivian wasn't usually this sloppy.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
this whole Vivian return has been a big fat fail in my eyes. It's just like this isn't and you know, we're used to a different actress, but this one was just too much. Just too like off the beaten path. Or what the character should be.
Well, Michael, you weren't here last week.
Yeah.
So last week we all vented about how we felt about the new Vivian.
And we're on the same page.
And we said we were going to, put it to bed. However, you weren't here.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to, like, get everything out. And then
I did.
Well, okay.
I can put it to bed now.
But I think it still deserves griping about. Because it was even worse this week.
I did like her with Gabby, though.
It was worse this week.
Like her, okay. The
It's like what was that with the gun? And like Stefan's laying there, and she's just like,
and her scream, like I laughed
when she screams, "My son!"
She got to. I started laughing. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like I even my husband was like, "What the hell's going on?"
And it was so gross when he's gurgling.
Well, yeah, when he had this.
That was so disturbing.
Taking out the passport or whatever he had gotten for her to get out of the country.
Stefan.
And then she's actually Like, she doesn't have the decency to turn herself in.
Mm-mm.
She runs.
She uses the excuse of, I'm going to do what my son wanted me to do.
Right.
Right?
And,
She's gonna take
he's
off.
like laying there, and Lonnie's kind of looking like, girl, aren't you supposed to be applying the pressure to the wound?
Yes.
But there was a moment where Lonnie was like on the phone, like, I need backup. And I was like, girl, shouldn't you be like, I need backup?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, aren't you
Yeah.
supposed to be like doing like CPR or something? Like, this is the phone, y'all. So I'm supposed to do CPR.
For our podcast
or something?
listeners.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Chelsea, what were you going to say?
I just feel so bad with Stefan. The whole that wound was just disturbing. I've never seen a bad wound like that before in Days of Our
Right.
Lives. Usually but they went full out for this one.
He coughed it out.
The way he did it, the way he like, I was like, oh.
The bullet?
No, when
When
he,
he
the
coughed
blood.
out
the blood, yeah.
Like,
And it
At
just went
least
on.
Vivian went back to get Gabby.
Yeah,
At least she
I'll give her
did that. I will give her that. And then she disguised herself in the doctor's
Oh, that's right. She
uniform.
went to the hospital.
Again.
At least she just didn't, put on a wig like Kristen does. Actually,
No.
Kristen didn't even put on a wig.
Kristen
She just put her hair
She's
back.
in a ponytail.
Yeah.
She's just in a
We're like, we
ponytail.
can't find her.
No mask or anything, just ponytail.
no one will know me in a ponytail.
But kudos to Days for showing the strong connection that Gabby and Stefan have.
Yeah.
Because they weren't able to finish their making love because, Vivian texts. That's sex. But she had a dream, and he had came back, and he was like, oh my God, you're back. Is everything okay with it? And he's like, not exactly. And then she touches the neck and saw the blood.
I was so
And then-
afraid he was going to start. It was going to start coming out of his mouth. I was like, please don't get gross.
But and then she woke up, and then she called him, and then heard his phone, and then there's Vivian. You have to go to the hospital now.
Go be with your husband because I need to leave town.
I can't
my
go.
God.
I can't go to the hospital because
I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, this girl.
There's a lot of premonition stuff because remember when Eric had the crying baby dream, and now Gabby had the premonition of something's wrong with Stefan. So I like when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
You know what I miss?
Because it shows the connection.
I miss the
between
days
people.
of Celeste wandering around town and having her premonitions and her knowing what's happening and us seeing like she knows what's going on and then we see it actually happen.
That's
I miss
fun,
the like
GH had a
and the
storyline like
card
that
when
too.
she's doing the cards and everything.
and then
I had a vision, darling.
Vivian is
seen
trying
the
to get
cards.
connected with Stefano. That's what she wanted with Dr. Ralph.
She
What was that?
Chelsea, but don't you mean Dr. Rolf?
I can't do that, Dr. Ralph.
No one can.
I can't.
Why would you?
Oh no!
Sounds ridiculous.
Oh no, Kristen, this is not exactly what
It's like
Stefano
Young
would have
Frankenstein.
wanted. Y'all can't tell me my impersonations ain't on point.
Oh, Lord. Anyway. So when Vivian found Dr. Ralph from the tunnels, she's like, well, get me connected with Stefano then.
Yeah.
You know they keep bringing
I keep
him.
forgetting
Yeah.
that Stefano's actually the character is still
The character
like
is still
alive and
alive.
wandering around.
I mean, obviously
So
he's
they
never
think.
coming back
Well, so
because
they
they're
think,
not going
yeah.
to do a recast.
No.
But they keep
They can't
talking
Oh,
about
that would be
they
hard.
keep talking about the fact that he might still be alive.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I like
But you're
it.
right.
I
They
actually
just
like
keep
it.
bringing it up.
Yeah.
I like that they have his portrait there and they talk to his portrait.
You know,
that tickles me.
I think
love it.
I want a replica of it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that give myself permission to have monologues every day to myself. So I don't. It's so crazy.
Shouldn't it be of Ernie?
No,
Your
it's gotta be
husband?
Stefano.
Gotta be Stefano.
Yeah, because it's gotta be someone evil.
Oh,
but I
yeah.
can like be simpatico when I feel like an evil moment.
You girl, okay.
We all have our evil moments.
Keep your eye on Tammy.
What's that? Are you petting me? Okay.
Evil.
All right.
So, Kayla told, Kayla told Gabby that Stefan's pretty much brain dead, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, that was the.
There was no
that the
neurological activity.
Where there's there's no.
And Vivian
that's it.
overheard it because she's creeping around the hospital.
And that's not like a Kate scenario because it was the 99% chance Kate was never going to be coming out of the coma.
Right.
There at least was that 1%.
Well,
But when you're brain dead, there's like that's
touching
it.
on the Kate thing when
Can we please?
yeah. Well, okay, so
that scene.
we
with
pretty much
Lucas.
summed up all of Stefan's brain dead.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. It happened kind of fast, though. I was hoping for at least one episode where it was like touch and go, and then at the end of that episode, it could be, oh, he's brain
Well,
dead.
it was touch and go for a second, like he flatlined. Twice. Like when he first got there, they got him stable, and then he flatlined again, and then and poor Gabby is just standing there like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you? I was like, are you gonna announce yourself? But then I was like, no, let them work.
Yeah.
And when they brought him back, saying, "Okay, I have a heartbeat," her face just lit up for that 2 seconds, and then she's like, trying to talk to Kayla. She's like, "Okay, but." Even though he has a heartbeat, he's going to come out of this, whatever state he's in. She's like, no, he's brain dead.
That's just the worst.
And her face just was like,
yeah, it's like all the life drained. I really hate there's too many people on the verge of death right now. It's a lot.
Dying.
Yeah.
Like so many. Like we'll touch on it when we get there. But Jack killing Dr. Shaw. Like why did he need to kill Dr. Shaw? Like why couldn't they just subdue him and arrest him? And then, like the henchmen, when they found Vivian, like why did Ben have to kill why couldn't they have just like
let him he just runs away?
Yeah, it always has to be like people dying, and it's like you're turning all these people into killers, self-defense killers, but still like
a lot of death on their hands.
Yeah. So anyway, back to Kate. So Kate is awake. She's alive thanks to Dr. Rolfe. She doesn't know at first that's why she's blaming Kayla.
Right, but the fact that she's just like. Just last week, right? Just last week, she was like that. And now this week, she's like, so...
Makeup and everything.
Just
she was Kate again. She was back to being Kate. Yeah.
I'm like, girl, there's no, transitional period.
But the scene between Lucas and Kate,
so
when he has to tell her, I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
Kind of.
So
was gonna give your heart to Julie? You what?
I thought she was gonna kick him off the bed or something. Yeah.
Well, no, the scene that got me was when he was trying to tell Kate, like, okay, there's something I did, and I'm so sorry. She's like, I already know. You know? Yes, they're trying to find Vivian. She's the one that shot me. Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh my God, she shot you? Like, he tried to cover up so smooth.
No.
And when he was saying, well, the minute before you woke up, you were being wheeled into surgery. Why? For a heart transplant. Is something wrong with my heart? No, there's nothing wrong with it. Oh, well, thank goodness. What?
And she's like, well, wait, what?
No. The scene that topped it all was when she was laying there and Kayla walked in and she goes, help, she's gonna try to kill me again, help, someone help, and like the way she was saying it, like she wasn't in dire need, but she's just kind of like
making a point.
help, she's gonna kill me again, help. It's like, that Kate,
so precious. And when Kate says to Lucas, you couldn't give me 5 minutes, like you had to make the decision, like, well, Julie was in dire straits, she had a second heart attack, we didn't have time, we had to make a decision. But she goes, I'm giving that permission now to Austin going forward.
And he's like, oh, thank God. She's like, I don't want it anymore.
Well,
my God.
But I wanted him to say, but you said you didn't want to be in this state.
Yeah.
But Kate was like, well, now that I can speak for myself. That whole thing was like hilarious.
So good.
Him trying to explain it, her reaction, her pointing the finger at Kayla and being like...
And I like their conversation.
I love
those
two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'd forgotten about their history too, with Stefan and Kayla working together. And,
So then Kate got the flowers from... or Dr. Rolfe brought the flowers, and then she kind of was like...
She put it together.
I'm a smart cookie. I think I figured it out.
Okay, well that was that. Now we have Kristen, Brady, Sarah, Xander, Eric, and Nicole. I still feel...
And again, Dr. Rolfe.
Dr. Rolfe. I still feel like Eric and Nicole, although we root for them, it's like, y'all calm down. Like, it's like that relationship is really fast. But...
Tony's covering his face. Why?
The whole thing with the baby, it was like this ripple effect.
Sarah's pregnancy or Kristen's?
No, the telling of it. So Nicole overheard Sarah about a paternity test.
Right.
And then was like, you're pregnant? But then there's Xander. It cuts to Xander talking to Brady and him being like, why does Sarah need another paternity a blood work if she already knows she's pregnant? And then Brady like, but then all of them schemed over the fact that both Sarah and Xander said that Sarah was pregnant.
No.
Yes.
Xander never said to Brady, why would Sarah need another blood test when she's already pregnant? She said, why would she need another blood test?
It was all done in like
because
cheese.
Brady never connected it to Sarah.
I could have sworn I heard him say Sarah.
Because I remember texting Michael going, he's such an idiot.
I know,
Xander
he's got diarrhea of the mouth.
Such an idiot.
Yeah.
But then when Brady went on and on and on about, Kristen, she says she's pregnant. Like, how could, I don't think Sarah's name was ever mentioned.
I don't think so either.
He just took it into the context that Sarah knew.
Sarah was a part of the equation
Yes.
because she took the blood work, but...
Now explain Sarah tailing on herself to Nicole. Because she said too, because Nicole said, I'm just going to ask flat out, are you pregnant? And she made a face and then I felt like at some point she was like, she did confess that she was pregnant, but then it was glossed over. Maybe I missed something on that word choice.
When Nicole
that was
said, are
glossed
you
over.
pregnant? Sarah's response was, who told you? Or
yes, it was something like
who
that.
Who told you I was pregnant? And then Nicole said, well, I overheard the conversation. She's like, oh, well, that wasn't about me.
That wasn't about me.
So, yeah. It was a lot of backpedaling.
When Eric asked Sarah, saying, well, are you pregnant? Sarah never answered. Nicole jumped in.
Sarah said, you don't need to worry about me. She never answered yes or no. She said, you don't need to worry about me. There's nothing to worry about on my end.
I'm glad you two were paying attention to that, because I'm sitting here like...
You're like, oh, yeah.
But I'm over
It was
here...
confusing.
It was.
But I'm over here like, Sarah, girl, if you don't go ahead and tell folks that you're pregnant...
I know, and even Xander was like, well, pretty soon, aren't you going to be in the face
I
he
laughed
made?
out loud. I made a note on my phone, like that is so rude.
But that's so Xander.
You are
That's so Xander.
rude.
And Xander said it, like, you can't not love him
Oh my God.
for that.
Another moment I love, we'll skip over it, but when Sarah falls asleep and he has that peanut butter bacon sandwich,
chowing down.
he just
Fried
sits on
bacon?
it, he looks at it, and he eats it, he's like,
good stuff.
and he just starts eating.
I was laughing.
But the way he was eating it, I was like, did they film that around lunchtime? Because he looked hungry.
Starving.
Yeah.
He like shoved that whole thing on.
But I also was like, I don't see no bacon on that. It was like a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's funny.
But that sandwich looked good though,
It
because
looked
I was
really
sitting there
good
eating
on
myself.
white bread.
Yes.
Yum. Oh my God.
And he
Oh my
looked
God.
good eating
Nothing
it
like
too.
white bread.
I'm just saying, he did. He looked nice in his suit.
Oh.
and-
I know.
Well, side note, you should see him build a house.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, you should.
Paul Telfer in a hard
Oh, and did you
hat.
see that picture, the other picture he posted?
Oh, we talked about that last week.
Oh, was that last week
The
already?
black and
Yeah.
white. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you talking about the black and
But
white
they
one?
took it down. He
He
took it down. Didn't you
Oh, he
say he
did?
took it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it down for the cancer awareness.
Because she
Yeah.
went looking for it again.
I did. Damn
You need to screenshot it as soon as you see it, girl.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, Ryan. It's the first one. And then you gotta click over. That one right there.
That looks
That's
good.
That's the one. I was like,
Staying hydrated.
oh, okay.
Do you have a house you need built?
Construction
Building?
just got interesting.
Right. That's one of those moments where like you show up at the site and you just all sit there like,
Yeah.
all right.
Thank
that
you
was a
for
great
that,
moment.
Ryan.
Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Ryan is on it. Hello. Oh, sorry.
Hi, we love you,
Ryan's
Ryan.
back in there.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, it was that one too. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the other one I saw. That was a good one. Okay. Anywho, so
So
What were we
Kristen's
talking about?
pregnant. So now,
Yeah.
so now Brady knows for sure, but he's going to take a paternity test, and Marlena
Oh.
actually said that too.
Yeah.
I love everyone's reaction that she could possibly be pregnant. Like, oh God, no. But yeah, she's pregnant.
And then he goes into her hotel room. And it's like, well, I don't know if I'm the father. I mean, you and Xander got pretty close. And then she slaps him.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, you know what? That I was like, you go, Kristen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because here's the thing. I see it kind of like that last ditch, but I feel like with everything that she had been through when it comes to a child, and to reiterate that she said she would never hurt a child, I don't think that this Kristen would lie about a pregnancy. Considering the fact that she normally she couldn't get pregnant and she really wanted to be pregnant.
That's right. I forgot that whole storyline way back in the day. She couldn't get pregnant. She got pregnant. She lost the baby.
Yes.
And then had the pillow. Yeah.
So I think, even though this whole diabolical plan of taking over someone's life and all this kind of stuff, you kind of think like, of course, this will be the last ditch. But I think there's still something in someone that makes them go, you know what? I can't do that.
But she was going to lie about the pregnancy. She was going to steal Sarah's embryo and impregnate herself. That's lying about a pregnancy. She would have been pregnant, but it wouldn't have been hers, and she was going to lie about that.
Just to get...
And she's done it before.
Yeah.
Well, then there's
But she would never lie to Brady. She would never, if she was pregnant with somebody else's child, I don't think she would have ever lied to Brady about it and told him it was his.
Even though that was her plan?
With.
Even though it was her plan?
If she was pregnant by someone else, I don't know.
I think she would have kept it, convinced him, but then when the baby was actually born, then that's when she might have had a hard time with it.
Okay.
Is she going to come to full term? I was afraid Vivian was going to shoot them both.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope not.
Threatened. She threatened Kristen with that.
Yeah. That's awful.
Yeah.
But Kristen didn't
I'll
back
shoot
down.
you
She
and
was
your little
fearless.
baby. I know. I was like, Kristen's not gonna back down.
horrible.
Kristen's not afraid of little guns.
She sounded like that witch from The Wizard of Oz. I'll
get you and your little dog, too.
I know. And then I was like, girl, leave. I was like, just
Girl, bye.
Yeah.
Girl, bye.
Yeah.
So Sarah says she's going to leave town. That's the only option she thinks she has.
Until Xander put it on her. Not like that. But it was just kind of like...
Again.
But who's going to keep me out of trouble?
That was sweet. I'm glad they actually verbalized when she said to him, we can't ever be anything more than just friends. He goes, I get it. But, here's why I still want you in my life.
That's sweet.
I'm glad they made that clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm still rooting for them.
I am too. But what's the plan going to be? If she's not leaving town...
That's why we got to keep watching.
I know. It's too late for her to say it's Xander's. Right?
That was like my first prediction, that they're going to turn around and spin it. And because Nicole and Eric were talking about, Xander and Eric did sleep together. Sorry, Eric and... I'm mixing it up. Xander and Sarah slept together. I don't even know. And
Gays on Days.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Gays on Days.
Gays on Days. Ron tweeted that.
Oh, good for him.
Gays on Days.
Gays on Days.
It's like, absolutely.
It could happen. You never know. But, so I was thinking they would make that connection, bring it back, and that's how she was going to hide it. But I don't think they're going to go that way.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what the cookie crumbles, how the cookie crumbles.
All right, just, for another poll, let's see where we are, if we are enjoying couples. Show of hands, are we for Eric and Nicole?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
I've never been a...
No hands raised.
No hands.
Right. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
2 hands.
Yeah.
2 hands raised.
I'm halfway.
2.5.
I think the reason I'm happy with it is just because it's been such a long road, and I'm just happy that it's fine. They're finally together, and it can move on to different storylines.
Yes.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm
And
happy for it.
I like Eric and Nicole better than Eric and Sarah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I do think Xander and Sarah, once
Yes.
that dynamic was introduced, it kind of killed any Eric-Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of, Xander and Sarah, are we for this?
3?
I'm for it.
Yeah? Okay,
But,
so 4 hands.
on the other hand...
Don't say Brady. You're going to say Brady and
I'm
Sarah.
gonna say Brady.
He likes Brady and Sarah.
He does.
There was something about that connection that seemed, because I feel like they now come from the pure, like they come from these bad relationships, and they have no like connection with each other that could maybe bring them together.
Yeah.
I'm half for Brady and Sarah.
I'm half for it. If they tested the waters, I might be like, well, are we for Kristen and Brady?
I was, but
You know what it is? There's so much stuff
There is so much
You know what I mean?
baggage.
There's so
so much baggage.
in their relationship that I think that maybe once the smoke clears.
You know what I miss?
What?
Brady and Eve. I liked them
Yeah.
together.
You know, honestly, I miss Eve with everyone she's been with.
even Jack.
Because she's,
Yeah?
I like, I wasn't Team Jack and Eve, but I liked them together.
Yeah.
Everyone
they had a
she's
good
ever been
dynamic,
with,
I mean,
she's
yeah.
always had such a great dynamic with.
True. But I did, there was something about Brady and Eve that resonated with
Yeah.
me. But, all right.
I'd rather see him with Eve than Kristen.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't I haven't decided whether I'm for Kristen and Brady yet. I do like their interactions with each other, but I don't know if I want them to be a thing. I don't know if I want them to be each other's lobsters yet.
Yeah,
we'll see.
so cute. Eric's overprotectiveness of Sarah annoys me.
Yeah.
Like Buzz.
Yeah, he needs
Buzz,
to
Buzz.
step down. Even Nicole's telling him to step down.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, you don't have a right in any of this. Sarah needs to do what she needs to do. She got hurt by both of us.
Yeah.
So
Back off.
It looks like a lot of people in the chat are for Xander and Sarah. Me World went as far to say Zara, the Beauty and the Beast of Days, with Eric as Gaston. Interesting. All right, and that's about it with that, right?
Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah.
All right, so then there's Julie, Doug, Hope, and Jennifer.
This was rough.
This
It
was
was touching, like the scenes with Doug and Julie.
Yes.
And all the flashbacks
Yes.
were
That was
touching.
fun, yeah.
But girl, is she gone? Is she
I
dead?
know.
She's
That
not.
was like
She's
I
not.
had to rewind it because I'm like, wait, no, she's
She's
not.
going to get Stefan's
Because
heart.
she
That's
just
what's
went.
gonna happen.
She just went. Okay, first of all,
Huh.
if I were Julie, I would be like, okay, your line is gonna be, we're gonna give Julie Stefan's heart, and I'm
Okay.
Julie. Go.
We're going to give Julie Stefan's
Don't
heart.
you put that evil thing in me. Like, I feel like Julie would be like, no, I don't want, no, I would rather die
The heart's
than to
not
have.
evil. A body part is not evil. That's not what makes a person evil.
What does?
I'd want to live. It's like, fine, give me Ben's heart. No, don't do that. Why did I even say that? I'm
No.
sorry, sinners. No.
No.
But I'm just saying.
Well, you better wash that.
Doesn't make a person evil.
You better wash it or something because there's some.
It would be,
hate in that heart.
you know what?
Yeah.
Scrub it with some palm olive.
If it was a brain issue, you're gonna get his brain. Then I'd be all because that's
I don't
where.
know. It's
No.
all connected.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, that's what Julie was saying. What she would say if they were like, you get
She hates
Stefan's
Stefan
heart.
so much.
Yeah.
No.
The worst would be giving her Gabby's heart. She wouldn't be. She.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You can't. Y'all. The second person y'all done killed and is not dead.
Oh. Hypothetically.
You said Gabby. Gabby's up and moving and walking around. You said Ben.
I
Ben is trying to
know.
see his nephew. Y'all killing off folks and
We're
trying
not
to get
killing
Julia
people
heart.
off.
Yeah,
We're
you
just
are.
thinking of hearts that other people would have issues with.
No, y'all are killing people off.
Like, whose heart would you want?
Exactly.
Whose heart
I
would you
feel
not
like
want?
Julie, though, has a lot of issues with a lot of people. So trying to find a heart that she likes.
Julie is just very protective of her family. And
Yes.
if someone has wronged her family, she has a hard time letting go.
Yeah.
Which she's Mama Bear.
Exactly.
But we love that about Julie. We love that she's feisty.
The hair and makeup people, she looked really bad in the
Oh, and when
restaurant.
Doug did her
She
makeup.
did,
Her
right?
eyes.
Doug
Oh
did
my
her
God, I
makeup.
know.
It was
that
so
was
cute.
so sweet.
Oh my God. Love that.
So I took myself out of the show for a second and looked at them not as Doug and Julie, but Bill and Susan Seaforth Hayes, and wondered how tough were those scenes for them, because they're lovers on screen, lovers off screen. But on screen, like, you know, they're kind of traveling down memory lane, and Julie's like on the verge of death, like you know, as an actor,
It's a parallel universe.
yeah, because as
that.
an actor, you're supposed to go to a place, but it's like you have the person that you're thinking about is right there in your
Yeah,
face.
the love of your life.
Yeah.
Who in the story is dying.
Yeah.
You're playing opposite the love of your life.
That's why those scenes are so beautiful and so authentic and pure. I don't think anyone could do it like they did.
Yeah.
And
no.
when she asked him, "Have I been a good wife?"
Oh,
Yes.
Man,
then-
that's just shattering that moment.
And then when they were talking about loving each other always, and she was like, always. And then she just slumped. But what? And then it made sense for Hope and Eli to walk in together.
Yeah.
And Eli's reaction.
He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just bawling.
Yeah, and so was Hope. Although just sitting here thinking, when they did the shot with Julie, and she was just kind of like this, I'm glad that the choice wasn't to like suddenly go. You know what I mean? Like dead.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
she's
just
not dead.
kind of a,
She's passed out.
Yeah.
you know. Ugh.
She
awful.
still has to be alive in order to get
I hope
the
so.
transplant. So
The scenes in the hospital before they went to Doug's place were very touching. Oh, and Jennifer with the donut.
pot
Oh.
what
donut.
did she call them? Bullet.
The book club.
The book
book
club.
And then
club.
Hope was like,
I couldn't
you
understand
made
what she was
pot
saying.
brownies? Because remember?
I remember.
Yes,
Oh my God.
yes.
Best scene ever.
But then I got worried for Jennifer because I'm like, girl, you standing in the hospital with the police commissioner with pot donuts. That's scary.
oh, you mean with
I guess
Eli?
I guess living here, I have the mentality that pot's not illegal anymore, but I forget that it's not legal in other states,
else,
and they live
yeah.
in Illinois where it's not
Yeah.
legal yet. So,
Yeah.
But she
you're
said
right.
she went
Gotta
down
do
to
what
the
you gotta do.
dispensary. So I was like, is
Well,
it
does she
illegal
have maybe she has a card?
a medical card?
Yeah, maybe
Maybe.
Yes.
Dr. Rolf is handing out. You have
Medical.
headaches. All right.
Keeping
you
people
go.
alive and marijuana.
She still has her hospital connection.
But I was talking about the scenes where like Sierra and Ben, and the scene with Julie and Ben.
Yes, that was
She thanked
so
Ben.
good.
It was very.
I
touching.
loved that.
That was really touching. Doug and Doug. Yeah.
And it was so pure. They just both were looking at him saying, "Thank you for giving us extra time."
And you know why that scene was so much more emotional for me is because Ben was coming off his interaction with Jordan.
Yes.
And when it comes
we'll talk
to
about that.
having any family, he has no family.
No.
Jordan is, as Tony says, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Mm-hmm.
Obvious and clear. So he doesn't have any family. So when Doug and Julie and everyone in the room embraced him, I'm like, was this his new family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Horton.
He's a Horton now.
Who would have thunk?
He's a Horton Brady. Whoever Sierra
Yeah.
is, she's a Horton and a Brady.
Yeah.
She's
He
a Braid. I don't want to say Horty.
Horton?
We'll just say Horton.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just say Horton.
Yeah.
She's a Horton.
He-
Hardy.
Yeah.
I was
Those
gonna
are
try.
great.
Yeah.
He
Hardy.
just
Okay.
officially got welcomed into the family.
Yeah.
And it would not surprise me if he hung the ornament on the Christmas
Oh
tree.
yeah, definitely.
Oh.
He
I'm
definitely
waiting
is
for
getting an
All
ornament this
waiting
year.
for that moment.
Oh, I am.
Oh my God.
I am.
Oh my God, maybe we should do that
Well, like a Christmas tree.
and hang our ornament.
Okay.
Oh, that would be so cute.
We've never done that in the 4 years that we've done this show. We never did our own like ornament.
Should we do a whole production of it where we're
Yeah.
like they do on the
Charlie
show?
Brown Christmas
Yeah.
tree.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Well, no, like they
Christmas
do.
show.
They show like the close up of the ornament and then they turn it so the name's facing the
Yes.
camera.
Yeah.
And then we're like,
How cute. You know what? We could get something custom made online where it has like a picture of our faces. Oh my God. I have one.
And then
Of course you do.
and
Why do you have a picture of
No, it's not myself. It's me and my dog. Okay, whatever. Anyways, it says Chelsea and Cassidy, Christmas, was it 2012?
I thought you meant you have a picture of yourself on an ornament. I was like, why?
No,
I have a
I
picture.
don't.
Wait, I actually do. From when I made it in kindergarten. And my
Oh,
mom,
I have- I
my
have
mom
that.
hangs it on her tree every year.
I have that.
my
I
God,
have a
that's
kindergarten
priceless.
one. And then you know what we can do also? We can already have on the tree the previous host of Dishin Days.
Oh, that would be
And
so
then we
cool.
each hang ours. It'll be our Dishin Days tree.
Do you guys want to start
We need
looking at?
little ones.
We could go to Lot right after this show. They have them on sale. I'm serious.
At where?
At Lot, Big Lots. They have the
Big
Christmas
Lots.
trees.
Can you tell
Out.
that Christmas is Chelsea's favorite time of
Oh.
I
year?
got very excited.
It is. Christmas starts October 25th
On Hallmark.
On Hallmark.
Yes.
A Lifetime too.
Oh
And
yeah,
Lifetime?
Lifetime is so good too. Yes, he's my Lifetime guy.
And here on AfterBuzz TV, they have a whole station devoted to
24/7.
Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas 24/7.
Yes.
Yes.
That's going to be a new, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Exciting. 'Cause there are a lot
Um,
of fans who love Christmas 24/7.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think
That was it.
That
For that storyline.
go ahead.
think. Yeah.
We have a bit of business.
Yes.
Coming to you live is Michael Mattis.
We just wanted to say thank you for making us, as Maria Menounos pointed out at the beginning of the show, the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we need your help. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our Dramas channel. If you're listening on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating and make a comment. No matter where you are, no matter where you're listening, leave us a comment so you can get involved in our conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and loving what we do. Don't forget to tell all of your friends and keep enjoying our shows.
Please, please.
I keep looking at
engage.
Tammy like I'm talking to you.
This announcement brought to you by the contest here at AfterBuzz TV. No, so all of a sudden we talked about the ornaments, right?
Yeah.
And so it kicked off with Tim. Tim said, "Tony, fundraising event. We will all pay $20 for you to make us an ornament and hang it." And then April said, "Dishin Day's ornaments will be great. I'd buy one for my mom." Then Emily, Eileen said, "Pizza rolls ornament." And then someone else said, "What about a pizza rolls ornament?" And then let's see what else someone said.
Ornaments.
Yeah. So now all of a sudden I'm like,
Dishin Day's ornaments.
Dishin Day's
my
ornaments.
God.
I would
Love
with
that.
the hourglass. Oh, we got to go to Hobby Lobby after this. Oh my god.
I will not shop at Hobby Lobby.
Why?
We need to pick another store.
How about Michael's?
Political reason. I think I'm okay with Michael's.
I think
Okay.
Michael's is okay.
you should be okay with Michael's. It's named after you.
True.
We'll give this more thought.
Wow.
This
Full
is-
potential.
We'll talk about this.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Well,
I'm surprised you haven't thought of this earlier.
I know. Well, I will tell you what's coming soon. We ordered this a long time ago. Remember my friend who does the cups?
Yeah, you talked about that like months ago.
Months ago. Well, I think finally we're getting around to it. So a friend of mine does cups. So you guys will see us here with cups with that, and maybe that's something else that you guys can order from her.
So cool.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Are we talking about merchandising?
Retail.
Merchandising.
I love this.
Merchandising.
Merchandising.
I wonder if one of our Dishin Days fans will contact us and go, "Oh, we do that. We'll be glad to make stuff for you."
There you go.
Hence me putting that out there in the universe.
Promote.
Interesting.
Very cool.
All right. Kirsten Marie says, "Oh, that's a good idea, Tony." Interesting. But then Tim said Kim Corday will want his cut. All right. Let's move on to tidbits. We have Ben, Sierra, Jordan, Rafe.
Jordan's a wackadoo.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
She like, first of all, I'm just glad that Ben, when she was like, "Yeah, but you kill people," and Ben was like, "Well, bitch, you have too."
Let's just back it up.
Like your hands are not
They're both a
completely
mess.
clean. Yeah, but here's the difference though. Ben has owned his stuff. Ben has corrected his stuff. Jordan is around here thinking like, "I'm good,"
Because she's still sick.
and she's not.
How do
She's
we
sick.
How do we know this?
I'm glad you said that. Because remember when they were talking and she was like, "I don't know, maybe someone thinks that you're okay and they still let you out of Bayview." And I was like,
Who goes?
"Are you telling your own story? Like you up in Bayview talking about, y'all, I'm good, I'm fixed, I can go now, right?" And then they just said, "Oh yeah, you seem fine, bye girl."
Yeah, she said
And there
sometimes the
wasn't-
doctors are wrong.
Yeah.
And there wasn't the Marlena evaluation that Ben had.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I mentioned a couple weeks ago, they're just letting her off so easy. They're not really going through the same process of what Ben went through. And it doesn't have to be the exact same, but they're thinking, "Oh, she's fine, she's okay." They're not really, just irritating. They're not really treating this like this is a big deal.
She tried to kill Sierra twice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She kidnapped Abby and Chad's baby too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. She's done a lot.
And she killed her
Yeah.
mother.
and
And is not sorry about it. She
Well-
said, "I did what I had to do."
she killed
And
she
that's
killed
the difference between Ben and Jordan right there. Ben feels so guilty for
Yes.
all of his victims. Jordan does not.
but she also killed Clyde's other baby.
Yeah.
Her the
Because the mom was pregnant.
Mom was
Yeah,
pregnant,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is Clyde dead? Or is he just in jail?
I think he's just in jail.
Because the conversation this week, it sounded like he was dead. It's like,
No, I think
is
he's
he?
just in jail. I
think
don't
he's
remember
just
him
in jail.
dying.
Okay.
I remember him coming back, but I don't
He's
remember him ever
evil.
getting shot and dying. I remember him being locked up.
Yeah, and she acts like she doesn't have his blood running through her veins.
Yeah,
Right.
she sounds like she's better
Like, you
than
know?
this family.
Arg. I love that confrontation though between Jordan and
They play
Ben.
off each other well.
So
Yeah.
such good scene, and he grabbed her, and you could just see.
He needs to watch himself though, because
Yeah.
he goes too far, and it's gonna be like all the progress he's made is gonna be gone.
Step back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Gonna be
that's
gone.
when Marlena
But
said.
I think like Jordan is the one that can really get
Push
to
his
him. Can
buttons.
really
Does.
just dig and get to him.
because
you
she was
know?
always on his team,
Mhm.
and now it's been a complete turnabout.
Yeah. I was thinking, you know, I'm like, okay, should we give like everyone's giving Ben the benefit of the doubt that he's better? Should we do Jordan? But
she's clearly not. better.
yeah,
not.
And
yeah.
Marlena, she said this last week. Because Ben went to her for advice regarding Jordan.
Yeah.
And Marlena said to him, and she literally slammed her hand on her desk, adamantly saying, "You need to back down when it comes to Jordan.
Yeah.
You've worked too hard to get where you're at. Do not engage with her."
Yeah.
and he's not listening.
No,
but
because
but
he's
again,
fearful for Sierra.
yeah.
The issue is because they treated Ben so bad when he came back, like he had to go through all of this test, and he's turning out to be a decent person. I think they're thinking, okay, well, because Ben is okay, we're going to give Jordan the benefit of the doubt. So instead of being hard on her, really testing her to make sure she's 100% better, they're just giving her the benefit of the doubt because Ben turned out to be okay.
She doesn't have a car. Who tried to mow down Sierra?
I have a hunch based on what we saw in that fall preview.
I forget.
Yeah,
I
me
saw
too.
it, but I forget. Okay.
I don't know how to try it.
Okay. Because she doesn't have a car, but Lonnie did say run,
I mean, that could be a lie.
run rental.
Check.
But she did say run rental car
Yeah.
to see if something, was rented out.
Well, and the thing is, it's like she didn't have a. Well, I mean, she could have gotten a car. Like that could just be a lie. Like that could just be her alibi. Oh yeah, I don't have a car. She still could have like gotten a car and done
Here's
it.
the thing.
Yeah.
Do you think Jordan's working with someone that we don't know yet?
Who's the
No.
daddy? It's all these people. Like, who is she? Is she
Oh, yeah,
doing
we
this
have-
alone?
Yeah, I
Who's
forgot
the
about
baby
that.
daddy? There's all these unanswered questions with her.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get answers.
But she's dangerous. I feel bad for Sierra. I'd be scared.
Oh,
That was
that
her.
scene
I
though,
would
when
be
they're all
scared.
cuddling in the bed. Tony, I know you're gonna
The
say about
small
the
bed.
bed, but so cute. He's just
He's
like
wide
holding
awake.
her.
He's vigilant.
He's wide awake.
Keeping up.
Sweet.
That twin bed.
Uh-huh.
You know what? You know what? Here's how to introduce Terrence into Salem. He delivers a bed to Sierra.
He works for Mathis Brothers and he's
Yep.
delivering a bed.
Yep, delivers a brand new bed. Oh my god, that would be so funny. Okay, anyway.
And then there was the scenes between Rafe and Jordan, and him just flat out asking her, "Did
Yeah.
you try to kill
Yeah.
Sierra?"
Yeah, because he knows.
He knows something ain't
He
right.
knows something's not right with her. He's going to be the first one to let Hope know, someone know, you need to keep an eye on Jordan. And I think deep down he knows it. He just needs a little bit more proof. But he's on to her.
So my question is, Eli is commissioner, correct?
Yes.
So Lonnie has been the one taking this someone tried to kill Sierra. So she took that emergency call and is following up
She's
on
taking
it.
everything emergency. She took
And then
Vivian.
there's Vivian.
Yeah. And she actually took
And
a break
I
from Vivian.
understand Eli has got stuff going on with Julie, but no one's even calling him.
No.
Like to let him know, here's what's going on with Jordan.
It's off camera.
Here's what
It's implied.
it's
like the ad.
implied. It's like he's not even getting a text from anybody.
It's off camera.
It's probably next week when it surprised me if he gets, well, especially with Lonnie, he's going to have to comfort her because she's a mess right now. She feels so guilty.
It's off camera.
He's going to get back into the loop again.
Pet.
Anywho's that's it, right?
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
All right, Jack and Jennifer.
Even JJ, man.
Oh, JJ and Jack, Monday's episode. So
I cried.
good.
I love
I
how
cried.
he's showing people his memory, not saying I got my memory back.
Yeah.
Like, with JJ, he like told the story. He was like, "Wait, who told you that, Mom?" He's like, "No, I got my memory back."
Am
He
I
did the same with Eve too.
Am
Yeah.
I the only one that sees a completely
Yeah.
different person?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And
Right?
when he goes to apologize to Kayla, I'm really sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you can forgive me because I can't forgive myself
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
He really was upset.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing a whole new Jack. This is probably the best version of Jack that we've had.
Yeah.
And
Since he came back, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that moment when Kayla said, "We've already been through this, Jack.
Yeah.
We've already gotten
Been
to
through
a
it,
good
and
place."
we've become great friends out of
But
it.
he made a really good point when he said the pros and cons of getting the memory back is you get all the good memories,
Yeah.
but then you also get all the bad memories, and it's like reliving all those horrible experiences all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's a testament to
Matthew was amazing.
Matthew
this week.
Ashford,
Ugh,
yeah.
the living word.
The
So good.
juxtaposition
Yes.
between how he was acting
It's
before
so
and now.
crystal clear that
Yeah.
this is Jack.
Even when he was with Eve. Even
Yeah.
the scenes with Eve, he was calm, collected, and I think he even said, like, don't make this drama, you know? Like, he doesn't want a messy situation. He just wants it to be... And he was appealing to her calmly and collectively, not how he was reacting before to her when she destroyed the serum and was doing all the jackass stuff.
And I loved when Eve said, "You got your memory back. Why now? Like, why?" And he said, "Love of Jennifer."
Yeah,
Because of my love
I
of
love
Jennifer.
for Jennifer.
And he was like, "Good God."
I know. She's like, another martini, please.
So now Eve is once again... There's a pattern with Eve. She is in a situation, it doesn't go her way. It's the same thing happened when her and Brady broke up. She left town. Now she's saying,
Oh,
there's,
that's
there's
right.
nothing left for me here. I'm
Yeah.
leaving town. Now the same thing is happening. She saw the picture of Paige. She's like, there's nothing left for me here for bad memories. So now she's leaving again, I guess.
But I mean, she's not lying.
No, she's not. I'm not
You
saying
know what
she's
I mean?
wrong. I'm not saying like that's not what should happen. I'm
I
just
don't
saying
want
that's
her
her
to leave
pattern.
again.
I mean, we don't want, but like, I honestly feel like with this character, it's like, what else? You know what
Well,
I mean?
and they made her just like this past storyline with the whole, mayor election and the immigration thing. They just made her, excuse me, so unlikable, and not like in a villainous way. We just don't want to root for her.
No.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad for Cassie DePaiva because she's such, like, I feel like they just shat on her. And gave her this just turned Eve into this crummy character, and now, what's left for her?
Yeah, I'm not rooting for her.
No.
There's nothing that I really want to see. Like,
I would
ooh,
hope
I'm
that they
falling
would
for
at
this
least try to
character.
rectify it and, keep her around and try to, make something happen that will make us like
Her
Eve again. Yeah.
It's like, come on, writers, what you got?
So we'll see. I
got
hope
for
that
us?
happens, but
We'll see.
Michael Dwight says that you are so right about Jack.
Thanks, Dwight. He earlier said that he liked all my opinions. So,
All of them?
Yeah,
All
all
of
of
that's a
them.
huge compliment.
That is a huge
Your husband
compliment.
doesn't even like all of your opinions.
Why you got to bring up my home life, Tammy?
But your dog does. Your dog loves
Oh yes,
you.
my dog.
That we know of.
That we know of. Yeah.
All right, and that's it with them,
I think
right?
that's it, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's go right into it. That has been your week of days, and it's now time for our favorite part of the show. It's our segments, and we're going to start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. All right, now listen. Y'all might have missed this, but me being the king of shade, I caught this. And it got my official 3 Snaps Award. When Jack was talking to Eve about the memories and all that kind of stuff, and in the middle of his speech said, he said to Eve, Jennifer, she's fine, by the way. Thanks for asking. I was like, that
was hysterical.
That's that slide-in shade that you weren't even knowing that you were about to get, but you got it anyway. And before it hits you, the sting comes about 5 minutes later to make you go, oh. Oh, snap! So, Matthew Ashford, Jack Devereaux, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! Shady bitch. All right. Oh, this makes me think of Dynasty, which makes me think of Diane Carroll, who we lost this week.
Such a loss.
So, a little rest in peace to the legendary, iconic Miss Diane Carroll.
Yes.
Dominique Devereaux.
Yes.
The champagne is burnt.
The champagne is burnt.
Oh,
The
so
champagne.
great.
It's burnt.
Oh, Those scenes were so good.
I miss those days.
Okay, go ahead.
Speaking of days, Designer Days this week is going to Miss Stacey Hyduke in this gorgeous yellow. It's kind of I call it like a poppy yellow or lemon yellow knit dress. I went on Bloomingdale's.com and it's sold out. But you know, this is the kind of sweater dress that we need to start collecting for the fall and the winter.
Me too.
Start collecting, absolutely. And I love the color. Even though it's fall winter, a little pop of color always does the trick. So, shout out to Miss Stacey Hyduke, Kristen DiMeras. You get this week's
Did you like it paired with that black and white jacket?
I love the coat. The
coat was good.
I mean, it's a very traditional coat. Yeah.
Did you like it together or separate is better?
No, I thought it paired well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and now it's time for...
Hey, what? It's like, aww.
Okay,
So wait,
we'll do that one. We'll do that
sorry.
one. No, it's okay. It's all right, Ryan. We go with the flow around here.
We'll go with the flow. Okay, so for this week's aw moment, Julie and Doug, you get my aw moment of the week. Julie, I'm afraid there isn't much sand left in this hourglass.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
That line.
Stop it.
Doug, after this life comes the next, and you and I will never run out. Where's the tissues at? Julie, have I been a good wife? Oh, Doug, oh my darling, the best. And then he leans in and he kisses her.
They do a good kiss.
They
too,
do such a
right?
good
Like, their
kiss.
kisses aren't like
No, they all
they're
go
really
for
good
it.
kisses.
So and the flashbacks were just amazing this week too. I love seeing them when they were in showbiz together and then giving out their vows
And
for
the
the
first
wedding.
kiss scene?
Yes! And I love it when he's like, oh, that's my favorite Valentine's Day moment. She's like, darling, that wasn't a Valentine's Day moment. That was our first kiss.
Yes.
But yes, Doug and Julie, you get my aw moment of the week. Hey, what? It's like, aw.
And now it's time for...
Caption that!
Did you like that?
That was good.
Thank you.
My headphones like literally just kicked in like at full blast. I'm just gonna take that off right
okay.
now. Sorry. Startled me. Anyway, this week's caption brought to you by Sarah Horton watching Kristen and Brady talk about their baby, and Kristen being like, well, she can do the blood test.
I forgot about this moment. This was a laugh out loud.
was
Her
hilarious.
She was
reaction
like, the way Lindsay Godfrey emotes with her face just cracks me up. So this week's caption goes to Shaunicus01 on Instagram with his caption, am I the only woman Brady hasn't hit on?
That's good.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Brady's like, wait a minute. Just kidding. Eric Martel.
You did the Brady
Love you.
voice!
I did it a while ago and you guys didn't hear it.
We didn't
but
hear it.
It's fine.
But I think I did. I just glossed over it.
Yeah. Anyway, that was this week's
Caption that. And little shout out to MeWorld2, who has his oh shiz moment of the week.
What is it this week?
It is Vivian's reaction to Stefan, which I have retweeted right now on our Twitter _Dishin Days.
Which reaction? There are a couple.
When she screamed.
Oh, my son!
This side is the impressionist.
She went like through 17 different octaves in one word.
You know what? It's kind of like
a roller coaster.
It's kind of like Victor Victoria. Have you guys ever seen that
like
musical?
a million times.
And the song "La Jazz Hot."
Yes.
Julie Andrews goes,
Oh my gosh,
oh my gosh, I'm so great. Vocals are on point.
That,
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'll be here
all week.
Well, for about 6 more
you
minutes.
two are in sync.
We are.
It's because it's close proximity.
This is closeness. All this closeness right here. Closeness.
All over it.
All right, now it's
Someone
time for
gets
some
out.
news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Oh my god.
We have a special announcement for y'all. Special announcement. We hear.
Sorry.
Is that Morse code? Oh, that's
Yeah,
the special announcement.
Yeah.
Got it. So on
Oh,
Saturday.
or did you prefer? Oh man, I forgot it. Oh, my favorite soundbite on Days. Yes.
Oh, got the snort.
We got it
This is
going.
snort-worthy.
On Saturday, November 9th, about a month away from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., following Day of Days, which I'll mention in a minute, join us, Tony Moore, Tammy Govea, Chelsea Overrocker, and myself, Michael Mattis, for a special Dishin Days meet and greet right here at AfterBuzz Studios in L.A.
Yay!
Come meet us.
Repeat,
Come say hi.
Saturday, November 9th from 7 to 9 p.m. You can help us celebrate a fun year of days and Dishin Days with light refreshments, fun company, photos, and some surprise guests.
Yes.
Tickets are only $10 and will go on sale tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Pacific Time, so about an hour and a half away. To buy your tickets, you can head over to eventbrite.com and search Dishin Days, and you'll find the Dishin Days meet and greet. And we hope to see y'all there.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
Come
great.
have some fun with us.
We're gonna post the link later. And if some people are like, "Why y'all charging $10?" Because so that it doesn't come out of our pocket for the light refreshments.
Well, and so we can give you guys a nice event
Yeah,
too.
it's a soiree.
Yeah,
exactly.
because we're poor.
So it can be a soiree. Okay.
I mean, some
we're
of us
poor.
are.
Help me, I'm poor.
Help me, I'm poor. Help me. But no, it's gonna be a fun event. We
gonna be a
did
good time.
this event a few years ago. Michael Mattis was there before he was a host.
I know. I was there as a fan.
Yeah, and it was fun. It's a great chance to meet you guys. It's a great chance for you to come and see our studio. It's great.
Yeah. Good time. So come on.
I'm so nervous. I told you
He's
guys.
so nervous. You're so Mary Tyler Moore.
I think this is why I don't throw parties. I get nervous because I always feel like that kid. Like, oh my god, no one's gonna show up.
These are LA. That reminder. These aren't like LA people. LA people are very flaky, and so that concerns me. That, like you said, throwing a party, because I know LA people are just like, oh, whatever. They'll tell you like 2 hours before they're not
Yeah,
coming.
but I'm also
But-
hoping that folks that come in for Day of Days, since they're here,
Do something to do Saturday night.
Yeah,
to
do it.
celebrate after the main event. Speaking of the main event, Chelsea.
Yes, well, speaking of meet and greet, and if you haven't heard yet, the annual Day of Days event has officially been announced. The day...
Better late than pregnant.
Yeah. The all-day free event will take place on Saturday, November 9th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Universal City Walk here in LA.
yes,
The event
down the street.
Right down the street from us. The event includes meet and greets with day stars and whoever's in attendance, a question A, special guest, and a special preview of what's to come. For more info, you can follow Days on Instagram and Twitter on NBC Days.
So to outline it for you, there's Day of Days from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is our event, which is a short 10-minute drive from City Walk.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if you're here in the area, might as well come join
I'm
us.
on by.
Say hello.
The night before all of this fun happens, we have Starstruck Fan Events annual Yesterday's event here in LA again, about a 10-minute drive down the road. Many past Day stars are confirmed to attend, and they've just added I believe, 14th. Mr. Lucas Adams, who was on the show a few weeks ago, has been added to the lineup. There's also a pre-event happy hour with Ari Zucker and Sean Christian, which is sold separately. So, fun Friday night, fun Saturday night. You can buy, for more information and to buy tickets for yesterday's and all of Starstruck Fan Events, you can go to starstruckfanevents.com or follow Starstruck Fans 2 on Twitter.
And to cap off the weekend, Ice Cream, You Scream for Let's Dish Ice Cream Social. Join Mary Beth Evans, who plays Kayla, and Stephen Nichols, who plays Steven, for some inside scoop while enjoying delicious ice cream. What's happening November 10th, and the proceeds go towards special needs solutions.
Nice.
That sounds actually really nice.
Yes. Lastly, we want to give a shout out to Stacey Hajduk, who will be starring in a new Netflix thriller called Home is Where the Killer Is. This is also starring soap actress Kelly Kruger, who I believe is on YNR. From YNR?
Yes.
Yes,
For
from
Bold and
YNR.
Beautiful?
Her
Who
husband's
also-
on Bold and Beautiful.
Yeah,
Her husband's on it.
Darren Brooks.
Yeah.
Who they just welcomed their first kid.
Everly Jolie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
The movie will be dropping October 8th on the Netflix, so if you have Netflix, check it out. And that has been News and Gossip.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. Well, that's it. That's our show.
We gotta get permission to show the preview stuff.
Yeah.
We gotta figure that out.
I sent the email,
Yeah.
I just haven't heard back. I'll email him again.
Yeah.
Email them again. I always like ending the show with that.
Yeah, I think that's a nice
so
way
it's
to
nice
end it.
little- yeah.
Nice little button.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad that sound effect came in. I wasn't sure about that. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yes, thank you
as
guys.
always. Before we head out, Michael Mattis.
Yeah.
Let the kind folks know where they can find you on the social medias.
You can find me on Instagram at MLMattis and on Twitter at MLMattis1.
Yay!
I've done it right like for a month straight, guys.
Live.
Come on.
That is awesome.
Come on.
And you can find me on Instagram at Chelsea Overrocker. That's Chelsea with an IE. And Twitter at Chelsea Overrocker.
And you can find me on Twitter at Tammy Gavea and on Insta, Tammy.Gavea.
And you can find me, or all of us, on Dishin Days on Facebook and Instagram and _Dishin Days on Twitter. And you can find little old me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
guys.
We truly appreciate you. Have a great Sunday, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.